Hey everybody, 4D Sparky here. I thought I'd do a little demonstration today about different classifications of memory cards to show you what you're getting when you buy a higher class card. Back when I bought my D60 years ago, I got a simple memory card. There is no classification to this old card. It's not a class 4, class 6, class 10. It's actually unclassified. It's that old. It was fine for my D60. But I'm going to put it here in my D600 to show you the difference in these memory cards. What I've done is I've set the D600 up to shoot in continuous high-speed mode. I've got it set up here for continuous high. I've also programmed it so it will only take 10 shots when I hold the camera shutter button down. I'm also shooting in RAW. I'm going to show you how long this old technology takes to clear the buffer in a newer camera. There was 10 shots. I'm not really concerned about the exposure or the subject matter, just as long as there's data in the image. So the camera actually has to work with an image. If I tried this with a lens cap on, it would go much faster because there's no data to process. Remember, this is an unclassified memory card that's probably 6-7 years old. 30 seconds in, it's still working on those 10 shots. Shown here by this little green LED. Shows you that it's still writing those images from the buffer to the memory card. Maybe about 47 seconds, because I didn't quite get the stop button pushed in time. But again, that's not a very good time. If you were shooting some fast action, you'd have a hard time keeping up. Granted, I'm shooting RAW. You might want to shoot fast action shooting JPEG, but me personally, I prefer RAW. So I'm going to reset the timer and change out the memory card to a class 10 memory card. This is what I started to get into when I upgraded from my D60 to my D7000. It did just fine, but let's see how long it takes for a class 10 card on the D600 to clear the buffer. There was 10 shots. This is a class 10 card. It's about 2 years old. I'm not sure what the read-write speed of either one of these are. 15 seconds in, still writing. Maybe 26, 27 seconds. I actually stopped and started it again, so still, that isn't very good if you're shooting fast action. Yesterday in the mail came my SanDisk Extreme Pro 95 megabytes per second, classification U1, which is apparently SanDisk's speediest card. We're going to put that in and see how that works. Didn't quite get them all 10 in the same shot, but less than 8 seconds. So that's pretty good for a camera of this caliber, for a memory card to keep up shooting RAW. Granted, I could get the buffer up to 15 frames and shoot 15 frames in a single burst, and within 10 seconds I'll have them written to the card. Obviously, as they're written to the card, the buffer frees up and I'll be able to continue shooting. For my type of shooting, this card is more than sufficient to keep up, as even in shooting continuous mode, what I would be doing is firing off a couple shots, fire off a few more, maybe take another one, fire off 4 or 5 more, and obviously I've still got room in the buffer to take more shots. So hopefully this gives you an idea of the different classifications of cards the better card that you get, the faster it will write, and of course the more money you're going to spend. So keep that in mind. You may not necessarily need the high-end card. Maybe something like a Class 6 or Class 10 will do more than sufficient depending on your type of shooting. But I did this just to show you the difference between the two and how fast the camera can keep up with the card.